Dear Ask This Old House, I have 26 double-hung windows in our circa 1923 house. They need everything. Can you help? This comes from Gordon in Sacramento, California. Well, welcome once again to the loft here at Ask This Old House, where our uniformed experts are standing by to take on your questions about dealing with your old house, whether it's 2 weeks old or 200 years old. Keep those cards and letters coming in. Now let's go deal with this question. Jim Clark, this question comes to you. Gordon in Sacramento has 26 windows like this to paint.
Big job.
Let's give him some good tips.
Well, here's what I've done. Set up a sample window. The exterior side, putty's been repaired. We applied some oil primer yesterday.
Okay, so you're ready to put on finished paint. What's the sequence?
First thing we're going to do is reverse the sash to get at the part of the window that's furthest away from us. We want to paint this meeting rail first.
Furthest away. Why do you start there?
As I'm painting, I don't want to work over wet paint. I want to get that part out of the way first.
All right. Now let's take a look at the bucket. It's not a big bucket, and you never paint out of the paint bucket itself, right?
Too dangerous. I've just poured in about an inch of paint here because that's all I want to do is get the bottom of the brush. I'm tapping it on the side to remove the excess.
And you never want to scrape it on the rim,
no,
right?
You're going to mess up your brush. You want to keep clean when you're painting.
And you hold it in your hand the whole time?
All the time. I think it's convenient, and I got it locked in with my thumb.
All righty.
So I'm going to start right here.
I notice you're using a 2-inch sash brush.
This size brush holds enough paint, but also has a nice sharp tip, and it's manageable.
And you use it sort of like you're writing. It's like a writing instrument.
This part of the paint process is kind of a delicate part.
Nicely done, Jim. Now I notice you're putting a little bead of paint on the glass. That's intentional?
It's intentional, Steve. We want to use that paint to seal the joint between the glass and the
putty
glazing compound, yeah. We don't want the water to get in there and start cracking it loose.
Now I notice you've started to paint the muttons, but you can't get them all because it's blocked by the upper sash.
We'll get to the rest of them when we reverse the 2 sash. All right, Steve, at this point I've done everything that I can reach, and now we're going to reverse the sash and finish. Nice sticky. Okay.
So far, not a drop of paint except exactly where you want it.
All right, just going to finish up these mullions all the way to the bottom. Nice long strokes. Fill up the corner. All right, now I'd like to raise the lower sash so that I can do my work as comfortably as possible.
Why suffer, huh? Get the work in front of you.
Right. Just keep following the same process. Hardest part first. Long, smooth strokes.
Well, Jim, this is never easy, but it's a lot better with the sash raised. All right, Jim, that just about does it. How'd I do?
Nice job, Steve. At this point, we're going to
raise the lower, drop the upper,
pull down the upper sash into a nice position for working.
All righty. All right, Jim, we're making some progress here. But what happens if I get a little over-enthusiastic and dribble it on the glass like that? Do I come back later when it's dry and scrape it off with a razor blade?
I don't want you to use a razor blade, Steve. It'll break the bond between the glass and the putty that we're trying to seal.
So?
You want to use a putty knife.
Which you should have in your pocket.
Clean section of rag, wrap tight around the putty knife.
You should also be carrying one of those.
And then draw it down with a smush.
So you're making a squeegee?
Yeah, and you want to turn your rag to a clean spot to get the rest.
Hey, great tip.
There you go.
All right, Jim, how does it look?
Looks pretty good, Steve. Before we leave a window, we like to move it up and down, make sure it's operating. And one tip, never paint the jam as a previous painter did, because that's why windows stick.
All right, Jim, all good tips. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my. It's Tiger Cook, headed for the links.
Do you play, Steve?
No.
Neither do I.
Oh. So what are those silly shoes?
Well, believe it or not, they sell these as aerators for a lawn. The theory is you walk around your lawn and you punch little holes in it. And that allows water, air, and nutrients to get down into the grass.
So this is the way you aerate a lawn?
No, this is not the method I use. Take a look and I'll show you how I do it. looking for number 9. Believe it or not, he said look for the pink flamingos, and there they are. Hey, you must be Paul.
How's it going?
Great. I'm Roger Cook from Astor's Hill House.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Whoa, what'd you do?
I busted up my thumb playing softball.
Oh, jeez.
This is my son, Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Hi,
How old are you, Sam?
I'm 6 3/4.
6 3/4.
Come on in, we'll show you around. This is the digs.
The digs. Music, huh?
Yep, don't get as much chance to play them anymore, but we still have them.
Well, maybe with the kids you'll have a rock and roll band someday.
One day, that'd be great.
How long you been in the house?
We've been here 10 years. 10 years ago, from here on back, we added an addition, put in a sunken family room and a master bedroom above it.
Nice kitchen. I like the space.
Yeah, take you out to the yard back here.
Whoa, wait a minute. Nice TV.
Thanks. We actually won that TV.
What do you think? Football game Sunday?
Come on over as long as you're rooting for the right team.
Hey, buddy.
Take you out to the yard. There's
Nice
my
one
wife.
to the deck.
Yep.
Out in the backyard. Nice big yard, huh?
Thank you. We like it. This is my wife, Claire.
Hi, Claire.
Hi.
How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
This is Charlotte. She looks a little weepy.
Yeah, she's tired. Big yard, huh? For this
Yeah.
neighborhood.
Yeah, it's great.
In a hot tub. Gotta like it.
Yeah, we didn't win that. But we do
No.
yeah.
But you get a lot of enjoyment out of it,
Yeah,
I
it's a
bet.
lot of fun.
Full of stuff. Boy, all kids' toys.
Yep.
Big swing set out back. Oh. I like this, huh, Sam? Well, you get a lot of use out of the yard, huh?
Yeah, we keep it pretty busy back here.
Well, I mean, it looks really nice to me. What's the problem? What'd you call me for?
Well, about 10 years ago, we bought the house from a couple of retirees, and the lawn was like a golf course. It was absolutely beautiful back here, and I guess they had a lot more time than we have.
Yeah.
And it's been in sort of a steady decline ever since.
Well, what have you been doing for the lawn now?
Well, we have been fertilizing and watering consistently. Can't seem to get it the way it was.
Okay, well, you know, the first thing I observe here are these big oak trees, which means you have shade all around the lawn. Too much shade limits how the grass can grow. But more importantly, these trees are putting out a whole network of roots. So underneath your lawn is just roots growing everywhere. And they're competing with the lawn for water and the fertilizer you're putting down, the nutrients. So it's making it hard for the lawn to grow.
Okay.
You really want a nice lawn. You really want it
I
back.
really do. I want it back.
Okay, it's going to take some work.
Okay.
And the first steps are going to involve a machine, an aerator, and I'm going to go get that, and we'll get started.
All right. Sounds great.
Claire, here's our aerator.
Okay.
Okay? The gas engine drives these spikes down into the ground. As they revolve, they go into the ground, come out, and they pull out a casting, a piece of dirt, and it lays on the surface, actually leaving a hole in the lawn.
Okay.
And that's a good thing.
Right.
All right? So we're going to start it up, and I'll show you how to do it.
Okay.
Now, Claire, did you see these little cores that we're actually taking out of the lawn?
Right. Yeah.
A little bit of grass and soil and roots, maybe some acorns.
Right.
Well, this is making a hole, okay? This is going to allow air and water to get down into the roots where it didn't get down before.
Okay. And what about all the clumps of dirt? Do I just let them stay? Or?
Yep, 2 or 3 weeks, they'll break down and be fine.
Okay.
This is the first start of the process. We're going to be doing some other things to help the lawn, but I want you to dig a bunch of holes, hundreds of holes in the lawn, so I'm going to show you how to do it.
All right. Here we go.
Now, this is your control, okay? When you engage that, it's going to jump a little bit, but then you'll be able to walk right along with it. When you get to the end, just let go. We'll spin it right around and go again. All right? Pull it back, yep.
Do I let go?
Drop it now. Stop, let go. Let go, remember?
It was too heavy for me to let go.
You just let go. Just take your hand totally off it.
It was pulling me.
No,
All right,
just let go.
okay.
Yep. The whole machine will stop. Try it again.
It looks like she's doing a great job. I'd love to help, but the thumb is really kind of hurting.
You poor thing.
What a milkman, huh?
Don't you feel sorry for him?
How long's he been like this?
Another year, I think.
Another year?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we got work to do. We can't wait for you to get healthy. Stop. Great. Lift up on the handles. Yep. Swing it right around. Okay. Now, Engage it again.
So where can I get a machine like that?
Well, most rental houses have them. They're about $70 a day. Now, you have a small one. It could easily be done in an hour. What I would do is get 2 or 3 neighbors together, rent it, and then you only 20, 25 bucks a whack. You're all set.
That's excellent.
Okay, Paul, the next step is we're gonna fertilize. We're using a fertilizer that's composed of the numbers 12, 25, 12. The important number for us is 25. That represents phosphorus, and that's gonna push the roots. The number 12 represents nitrogen, and we don't want to promote top growth this time of year. We really want to make those roots grow. Now, you should fertilize 3 times a year, but if you're gonna fertilize at all, fall is the best time to do it.
So this would be the best time of year for it.
This is
excellent.
It. That's what we're gonna do. We're set the number 8 according to the directions in the bag. So stand back and let me get going.
It looks like you're going through a lot of procedures with this at the end, turning it on and off and moving things. What's that all about?
If you leave it on when you make a corner and stop, you'll drop a lot of fertilizer and end up burning the lawn and not get an even spread. So you have to stop, start it up as you move.
I see.
And when I get up to the end, I stop it, turn it around, start forward, and turn it on again. Well, Claire, now it's the time for an application of black gold.
Okay.
This is leaves that have been composted by a town. They take in the leaves and they windrow them, turn them over and compost them, and then they sell them back to us in bulk. You can't get it in a bag, but you can buy it for short money in bulk. What we're going to do is take a scoop of this. This is the one best thing you can add to the lawn. Now that we have all those little holes in the lawn, we're going to take this and broadcast it on. And what you're trying to do is get a nice even mix of about 1/2 inch over the whole lawn.
So have a
Go
go?
right ahead.
Right here?
Yep.
Okay. Is that too thick? Or?
Nope,
Okay.
that's fine, because what we're going to do afterwards is we're going to pass a rake over it, and it's going to help it to go right down into the holes.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I see people burning leaves or bagging leaves, I just think how lucky I am to have a program where they actually compost them for me so I can use them again.
That's great. So how often would I do this, Roger?
I think you should do it every year in the fall. It'll be a great time to do it.
Okay, so about September, October.
Yep.
Now, Roger, is there any aftercare that we need to know about?
An inch of water a week and you'll be all set. I'm going to leave you my card, but don't call and complain it's growing too fast.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I can't thank you enough. Thank you.
And I'm going to put the work in.
See you later, guys. Enjoy.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And now, it's time for What Is It?
Gentlemen, what is it? A nice, highly
I've seen
polished,
them.
round piece of rod with some great angles.
Sure.
burning it.
I know exactly what it was. I saw one the other night. I was at the Boston Symphony Orchestra.
Yeah, right.
Right. No, I know.
The drummer had one.
Yeah.
It's a triangle.
Yeah, nice sound.
Well, this one's flat. It hasn't been tuned yet.
You're out of tune.
Yeah. Sometimes, if you're out with your dog and you need to park your dog someplace,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so you can just take this and drive it into the ground. And,
Yeah.
Stick the
like a
leash there?
leash. Yeah. It's a
Yeah.
dog parking stake.
No, that's pretty good. But actually, I know this from my old days on the ranch. And, this was a brand from the
blowtorch.
Circle V Ranch.
Yeah.
You know, the dog
All right.
hates it.
All right. Hop along, Richard. You guys will be reminded of what this is very quickly.
I see it. I see it.
It's a paint mix.
Yeah.
It's all the hand work.
I knew
All right.
that.
All right.
I
That's
knew
cool.
that all.
That's
But
cool.
you could use it as a
All
brand.
right. Here's a 12 by 12, about 1.5 inch piece of rubber. All right, with a bunch of holes in it.
No, that's easy. This is specially made for arranging flowers.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
Steve, you're telling people.
Well,
that
I
flowers
don't,
now?
it's not something that I really let on, but it is
Yeah.
one of my hobbies.
Thanks. I actually just used this on the barn. It's insulation.
Insulate
It's nice
the whole
because it
thing?
insulates and ventilates
Yeah.
all at once. See the holes?
Yeah, that's good.
You guys don't understand. When you're at Harvard Stadium watching a football game and it gets cold in the winter, this is the perfect pad
Yeah.
for those concrete stands.
All right, Roger. Give it.
Sure.
Give
Okay.
it.
Thanks.
This- You know when
Thanks
you
for
throw in your router bits and you're trying to store them so they don't get all beaten up by one another. This is a
actually
router
pretty
bit
good.
holder.
That's great. They don't touch each other and ship.
Right.
All right. Okay. Well, Tommy, this one's for you. Sheila from Ann Arbor, Michigan writes, I just moved into my first apartment, and I've got all kinds of things to hang on the walls, like mirrors, shelves, pictures. How should I go about it?
Well, there's all kinds of fasteners, Steve, to hang on a wall. And basically, let's start right here. The simplest one is a picture hook with Simply a nail, a small brad, that you actually drive in with your fingers. You basically twist it. See, it's knurled on the end there? You hold it up against the wall.
So it's almost like a straight pin.
Yeah, you just swing it back and forth, and it drives itself right in, and you have the picture hanging
So
around.
that's pretty good for lightweight pictures.
Yes.
But what if you got something a little heavier? A mirror, say.
Well, have you ever seen these, Steve? These are pretty good. These are great for hanging bathroom towel racks, small shelves, pictures.
So it's a little plastic threaded device with a point on it.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you
Well, the
install
beauty of
it?
this is I don't have to find the stud on the wall. I can just put this anywhere I want. Watch. Let's say I want to hang a picture here or put a shelf here. And simply drill it right into the wall.
So it drills its own
That's
hole.
right, that big thread there.
It augers in.
Yeah.
So now you got a good base.
I got a good base. Now I take the screw and I put it right in the same hole that my tip went in. I can hang my picture, put my towel bar, or whatever I want.
And that is pretty strong.
Yeah. Now there's different types of those, Steve. Here's another one right here. This one here is pretty good, but you have to drill a hole for that one.
And if you drill it too big, it won't work. And if you drill it too small,
You'll break the wallboard.
right.
Let me show you. This is the right size hole. Now I have the right size hole. I push it in. I have to drive it in with a hammer, bring it in flush to the wall. I now take my fastener, my screw, again, screw it right into the middle.
Now the idea is that the screw expands that
Yes.
collar and wedges it in there. And again, that is pretty strong.
Very strong.
So that'd be good for a towel bar or a
Oh, a
paper
small
towel
shelf,
holder.
anything you want to hang.
Okay.
All right, here's another type. This is a hollow wall anchor.
And the idea there is you got to, again, drill the right diameter hole.
That's right, because you don't want to damage the wallboard. Now I'm going to take a drill. Again, I have to change the size of the bit. I'm just going to get a small one here. I'm going to drill a hole. Okay? I simply take this, drive this in. I want to bottom it out because there's two little sharp points right there. And now,
Keeps it from spinning.
that's right, I want to tighten this. And when I tighten this, if you go around the back, you'll see two little legs wedging out.
And you want to use a hand screwdriver on this.
Yes, because these are so sensitive that I will actually damage the wallboard. I
You
can
got to have
pull
a
it right
feel
out of the
for
wall.
it. And that'll hold quite a bit.
That will.
Now, what about those old toggle bolts, those molly bolts? They still around?
There's a couple right there, Steve. Again, I have to drill a hole the correct size.
So this is like a butterfly, and it is inserted through the correct size hole. You have to tap on it a little bit.
You notice one thing I had to do with this is I put the hook on it that I'm going to hang a picture with because I need to be able to hold tension on the spring on the back side of the wall, on the model. And that pulls it right in.
So the idea is you draw it up, and that toggle holds firm, and that gives you a great anchor.
It's a great anchor, Steve.
What about a situation where you have to leave the walls unmarred when you move out, say a rental apartment?
Or a college student. Here's a fastener here that you stick it to the wall.
How does that work?
Well, watch. I'm going to peel this off. I stick it to the back of this hook. I'm going to heat it up a little bit, make it stick really well. I'm going to peel off this section. Now, you want to make sure that the wall is clean first. So clean it with some alcohol or something. Now, I hold it where I want it, push it firmly. Now, I got to wait about an hour before you hang the picture. Done. Now, let's say a year later I want to move out. Take the pictures off the wall, no holes. Watch. I hold this firmly because I don't want it to snap into my hand. I pull down. The connection is broken. And
Look
there's
at
no
that.
mark on the wall.
Nice and clean.
Pretty good, huh?
All great tips. And, hey, you can help Sheila move into her apartment. Well, Roger, still wearing those things, huh?
Still wearing them.
You going to rent yourself out to that neighborhood to aerate the lawns?
I've been thinking about it.
I don't think so. Well, folks, you've just witnessed another dramatic half hour of Ask This Old House. So until next time, I'm Steve Thomas
I'm Roger Cook.
And I'm Tom Silver.
for Ask This Old House. You look ridiculous. Really? Email your questions to our online address, asktoh@pbs.org, or write to us, care of This Old House Magazine, 1185 Avenue of the Americas, New York, New York, 10036. And thanks.